Good morning, world. This episode starts on a higher note because that cat came back last night. So, being said, now that my blood pressure has returned to a functional level and there's oxygen back in my brain, let's talk about my little announcement last show. It's still happening. Because really, it comes down to family. It really, really comes down to family. Like, this ride was meant to help me just feel better about living. And really, I did it because besides like the depression, I've got like a crushing level of loneliness that has been kicking me in the ass for way too long. And this ride is the loneliest thing I've ever done. Period. Like, here I am trying not to feel so alone and alienated by living in a foreign country completely by myself. What? Like, this is a prime, perfect example of what you resist persists. And so with that realization, I've come to realize that, you know, this isn't a sustainable, perpetual lifestyle. This is a vacation. And as much as I would love to spend the next 10 years of my life making friends with the entire world, I've got my entire life to make friends with the entire world. And I got a 5-year-old niece. So, like, if I spend the next 10 years running, I'm not going to, like, hold that kid again until she's graduating high school. And that just made me really sad. And on top of that, I've had this very important woman in my life tell me that she's pregnant with somebody else, and that's happening. And I'm okay with that. I really am. But it got me thinking and made me realize that in doing this ride, I'm losing valuable time with the people in my life that really matter. And I'm not saying that the people along my way don't matter. I'll remember you guys forever. But my place is with my people. It really is. And people say, like, oh, I wouldn't trade my family for the world. And you know what? I actually lived the opportunity to trade my family for the entire world. And you know what I realized? I wouldn't trade them for the world. Yeah, we're crazy, but we're our crazies. I haven't felt this calm in 3 months, man. Like, it's movie time. And the money is another really big thing. Like, these parts that broke recently, all in all with shipping and all that kind of smag, it ended up costing me like $1,000. And that $1,000 was supposed to get me to like Panama, and then the bike would sell, and I'd get to like Peru or Chile, and then stop and teach English. Now, the teaching English thing, it'd be a really cool gig. The only problem is, in places where they don't teach English, the pay isn't good enough to save any money. So yes, I could live in Chile and teach English, but could I save enough money to ride South Africa there? No. Probably not. So I just need to reevaluate how I'm going to fund this ride. And, like, again, it's movie time. So I'm going to go home and make a couple of flicks, and millions of you people are going to love them, because just wait, just watch. And when I get, you know, a couple years window in there, I'll ride South America, because I still want to. And that's a really good point. Like, there was a really large part of me that thought, like, I need to do ayahuasca to be happy. I need to take this medicine to not be so full of mind fuck. And maybe, but you know, practice what you preach, man. Like, if you want to be happy, you be happy right now. If you want to stop feeling so angry about little piddle shit that ends up working out better in the long run anyway, do it right now. Right now. You don't need to take a medicine. You don't need to smoke a bowl. You don't need to, well, you might need to eat because you're probably just hangry. But, like, I don't need it to be happy. Now, mind you, I do follow a very magic-based spiritual practice. So when I do finally end up riding South America, I'm sure it'll happen. I just don't need it like I thought I did. Because the only thing that was really wrong with me is that I thought there was something wrong with me. And I just alienated myself from my life. And it just, I'm done. I'm done. That is the stupidest thing I've ever done with my life, was believe the bullshit when people told me I wasn't worth their time. Fuck. And what a sigh of relief. And you know, you could joke that Canada's cold and what are you doing going back to winter, but the cold never bothered me anyway. So, away I go. And this little, let's call it chapter 1, it's only half over. Because I can't get back to Canada, the snow's over, and I got, well, at least 10,000 kilometers to go back. I don't really know which way I'm going yet. It's going to be fun for both of us. A couple things that I know for sure. I'm still going to do Guatemala because I'm here. And Chiapas, Palenque, in Michoacan is the annual migration of the monarch butterfly. So transformations and stuff, right? We'll meet up with Chilango along the way up, and all my friends up in Monterey, and the States. And I'm really interested in stopping in Colorado, because as much as I say I don't need to smoke a bowl to be happy, I still think that ganja and hemp are going to save the world. Okay? Especially the Canadian oil industry, because they just boycotted Keystone, and now the Trudeau government's freaking out on how to make money. I think, well, they're going to legalize pot anyway, but like, you've got an entire population of unemployed oil workers that are depressed to shit. Let them buy their weed, and then they can like create business with buying weed and get paid, curing their depression from the lack of oil. See what I mean? It's kind of like if you ever watch Vice, there's this, well, it's Uganda. Uganda has this huge moonshining industry. Like, they got an alcohol problem, to tell you the truth. But the alcohol problem accounts for 70% of their GDP. So yeah, the people drink, but they can afford to eat because they drink. It's a terrible vicious circle, and it's a long-term plan, no fucking way. But it works, and it can help get Canada off of fossil fuels, because really, they're running out, and we're running out of time. So we got to do this like now. So now's the time. And stop avoiding that which really is what we need in the first place. So, northbound. Foundations. See you soon.